Okay, this is going to be video one of a two-part series in creating a water schedule. In video one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover how to go ahead and to take a water schedule and get it into PDF, get that PDF into the right folder, which you're also going to have to go ahead and create, and emailing it out. Video two is going to go ahead and cover actually making a water schedule. And then just at the beginning of this video, just real quick, I just want to touch on some points. I know at first this is going to seem like it's a lot of steps and it's going to seem like it's difficult, but FSM seemed like it was a lot of steps and seemed like it was difficult, but we've all pretty much passed that learning curve and mastered that. In addition, creating a water schedule and setting it at the controller and doing that is really part of our spring tune-up process, or spring tune-up service, which is a major piece of, major part of our bread and butter for this business. So, and then as being irrigators, it's required knowledge that we know how to go ahead and create a proper schedule and educate the customer on that. So this is required learning, and we are going to go ahead and do this. And it's once we do it a couple times, it's really going to be really quick and easy. And it's actually faster than the old way that when we used to do this on the Microsoft Surfaces. And we couldn't even get those things to turn on. So real quick, before we even go ahead and start this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you something. I'm on Matt's tablet again here, and I'm in his Keep still. So I'm going to go into his Keep, and and you guys all have this in your own Keeps, and I'm going to go into this how-to list. And this is an overview of the steps to go ahead and to make a schedule. So I'm just going to go through this real quick, because if you have this overview or this outline in your head, it makes it easier. But then just to go off this alone, it's an impossible learning process, which is why we're doing the videos and doing it this way. So step number one is you're going to go into your Google Drive, you're going to go into Shared with Me, you're going to go ahead and Clients, and you're going to create a customer folder in the right place and in the right format. And I'm going to touch on this more later. You're going to hit the back button. You're going to go into the file that says base schedules. You're going to scroll down to the file that has the proper number of zones for the system that you're on. Go into that, and you're going to open up the Excel file. First thing you're going to do is you're going to rename that Excel file, and you're going to rename that Excel file in the proper format, and that's going to be the address of the place that you're at. And you're going to save that to a file that's called Excel Water Schedule Files. All Excel files are going to be saved here. And we're doing it this way for security reasons, which I can explain more in person. Then we're going to go through the Excel and we're going to make a schedule. And again, that's going to be addressed in video number 2 on making a schedule. After we go ahead and we create the schedule, we're going to select the proper sheet at the bottom because there's multiple sheets. I'll explain what that means here in just a second. And then we're gonna hit print from Excel. We're gonna make sure the correct settings are set in Excel for print. And that's just gonna be to make sure you've got landscape and legal set. Once you do this a couple times, it stays that way as default. The little icon's gonna spin a little bit. You're gonna have to wait. Then after it gets done, you're gonna have to choose your printer. You're gonna choose Save as PDF as your printer. Okay. Then you're going to have to choose a location where you want to go ahead and turn this Excel file into a PDF. And you're going to go ahead and choose Customer Schedule Folder, which is going to be located on your inside the file directory on your Android phone. And it's just a place, you got to have a folder somewhere, and it's easier to just put it on into your file structure here than it is to go ahead and do it in the drive. I've tried it every which way, and this is the easiest and this is the fastest. Next, you're going to close all your apps. You're done with Excel. Then you're going to go to that same customer schedule folder, which is located in the file system in Android. You're going to find that PDF, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to open it. Then you're going to share that PDF, and you're going to share it back to your Google Drive, and you're going to share it to the folder that you went ahead and created originally. And that should be under the person's last name, the company name, or address. And I'm going to touch on that here in just a second as well, too. Then you're going to close all apps. Now you're done with the PDF, you're done with Adobe, you're done with Excel, you're going to close everything else. You go into FSM, you select your customer name. Find his email, you select his email. This goes ahead and opens up your Android Gmail app. We covered this in canned responses. You're going to go ahead and you're going to select the canned response that you want. You got to type in their last name after Mr. and Mrs., and then you're going to add a subject line. Your water schedule is probably a pretty good subject line. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to attach the PDF file, which you just recently went ahead and made, and that's also going to be located in the customer folder that you made. You're never ever going to attach an Excel file. We only attach PDF files, and then that's it. You're done. So that's an overview of the steps. Let's go ahead and let's start going through them. Okay, so I've got a customer here. I got to create a schedule. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Google Drive. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go shared with me. I'm going to go into shared with everybody. I'm going to go into clients. And then the first thing I'm going to do, and while I'm here real quick, let me just touch on what is the proper format for creating a folder. I prefer it to be in their last name to be their file folder name, and to be all caps. So if the last name's Rasmussen, you'd be Rasmussen all caps. If it's a business, then it's going to be the business name, and then you may have to create a separate folder. For example, take a look at Cotter. Cotter & Sons is the name of the business, but we've got 5 different properties here, and the other folders are all named after their addresses. Tessero Building should be the address, but it's not that big of a deal. So that's format number 1, last name. Format number 2 is business name with the addresses nested inside that folder. And the only place we may deviate from this is, let's just say it's a rental property. We're getting it ready to be sold. We don't even know their last name. Then both your folder and your Excel file will be named after just the address. Okay. So here we are. In this particular case, we've got new folder. In this particular case, it's going to be the guy's last name, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this guy. Got all tabs. We're going to make this Matt, new customer. Okay, and then okay. It's creating the folder. Done. Okay, so step number 1: create a folder for the customer name if the customer doesn't already exist, or he's not already in there. Then we're going to go into base schedules. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to select the number of zones we're on. We're going to go ahead and we're going to open up the Excel file. Android doesn't move as fast as desktop, so there's some lag time in between software, but it's really not that long. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do here before we do any entering whatsoever, because if we do any entering into this whatsoever, it's not going to be saved. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and we're going to do is we're going to go up to File. We're going to go to Save As. We're going to go to Browse Google Drive, and then we're going to put this in Excel water schedule files right here. And let's just say it didn't go ahead and it didn't open up. It didn't open up right here. Where is this folder? So let's go into Matt's Drive. Let's go into Shared with Me. Shared with me. Shared with everybody. And then Excel water schedule files are all right in here. Okay, all Excel water schedule files are always going to go into this one folder right here, and that's just where they're going to go. Okay, so and then here we go. This address here is going to go ahead and be. We're going to say this is 8211. We're going to create the file name. The file name is always the address 8211. Farmington, and I'm going to put my zip code 78254, and I know, and then, so that's the file name. It changed my folder for me for a second. So there's the file name. This is another file that was in here. There's going to be a lot of these folders that are going to be in here, and this is just where we're going to put the Excel files for right now for security reasons. It doesn't slow us down, and you'll see why in a second. So before we've even started making the schedule, we opened up the base schedule, and then we renamed it, and we're always going to name this 8211 Irmington 78254. And actually, the truth of the matter is while I'm here, I would really rather you put in water schedule. Okay? So the address, water schedule. And the reason we're doing that is because when it converts over to PDF, the file name carries over, and then I hit save. Okay? So there we go. And we can go ahead and confirm that we've gone ahead and we've done this because the file name will go ahead and change up here. Okay. Next, we would start building our schedule, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to address how to go ahead and work the schedule in video number 2. Also, this pops up on all the schedules. I've tried to get rid of it. I can't. But if you're on a Note, or if you're on like River, he's on the Galaxy, go ahead and just hit, dismiss that because it takes up, if you're on the smaller phones, it takes up a lot of real estate. The only other thing you need to note in video number 1 here is you've got different tabs down here, okay? So we've got our input sheet, we've got our irrigation schedule document, okay? This is the one that we go ahead and we email out to the customer. Then we have a print schedule. We have a print schedule with no cost, and then I'm scrolling with my thumb down here at the bottom. You also have a print schedule with cost, okay? So when we go back to go ahead and printing these things and putting them on the wall, there's two different versions we could go ahead and we could print. We could print schedule with cost, you know, that's where we run to the water meter and we go ahead and we're calculating how much it costs, or maybe they don't want to pay for that and we got print schedule with cost, okay? But again, in order to go ahead and print anything or to email anything, you've got to convert it into a PDF first. So this is the main one that we're going to be using here for the next couple of weeks, maybe even next couple of months, but it's called the irrigation schedule document, and you're going to send out this one, and it doesn't matter whether you went ahead and you collected GPM data and it's got cost, or if it doesn't. This is the one you're going to go ahead and send out. So I went ahead and I opened up the base schedule, I renamed it, I put it into the general file, I named it the proper file name. And then I went ahead and I built the schedule, and I did all this in the input sheet, which we're going to be covering in video number 2. I'm all done with my schedule. In fact, I'm going to show you in this video too. After I've done my schedule, I am probably going to want to come over to this tab right here, this print schedule with no cost. And what I'm going to want to probably do is I'm probably going to want to scroll over here and then make sure that I've gone ahead and I don't have any blank values in here, and then I've got the proper run times in here. And if I went ahead and I missed something, then there's going to be a 0 in here. So you might want to double check. You know, you might want to go into one of these tabs, this tab down here below, just to go ahead and to double check to make sure you did your schedule correctly. So anyway, irrigation schedule document. This is the one that you're going to be emailing out to the customer. So we're done with it. We've made it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to File Now, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit, you don't have to hit Save on this. It auto-saves. So you don't have to hit it, but just if you want to, just for shits and giggles, hit Save. Auto-save is on, so it should have saved anyway. And now what we're going to do, we go back, or you don't have to go back, you go to File, and now we're going to print this document. Okay? As we mentioned in Keep right here, you're going to want to make sure Legal and Landscape is selected, but once you've done a few of these, it just stays selected constantly, so you don't have to pay attention to that. And then you hit the print document. Now, this is going to go ahead and take about 90 seconds, okay? So I'm going to pause this video, and what it's doing is it's converting the Excel document into PDF, and it's doing it on Android, so it takes some time to go ahead and do it. I'm going to pause, and we'll come back when it's finished. Okay, he finished, and this is what it spit out here. So now this guy's ready to go ahead and to print, and I can do two things. I can print it to PDF, or I can print it from an actual printer. So what I want to do is I want to go up to here. If I was, let's say I was going ahead and printing that wall mount one, then I would have saved that as a PDF, and then I would have come up here to my printer, and then I would have selected my truck printer. But this is one that we're putting into PDF, so save as PDF. Hit this button right here. Now it's going to ask me, where do I want to put this PDF? So this is a folder that I've created on all your phones right here, and I've also made a shortcut for it, and I'll show you where the shortcut comes into play in just a second. So customer schedules right here, done. I've gone ahead and created it. Okay, so it's converting to PDF and it's saving it directly to my drive. So I am done. I am done with everything. So I can close all my apps. Close you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my files. I'm going to go find that PDF. I'm going to go into my customer schedules, and then there's my customer schedule. I can look at this a different way. It's probably easier to look at like this. So yes, this is the one that I just went ahead and created, May 6th. So now I'm going to open up this PDF. Here comes the PDF. Now at this point right here, before you go ahead and you put this in the Google Drive, or you can put it in the Google Drive first and then come back to it. But if you want to go over your schedule or go over anything with your customer, you want to show them anything, PDF document is the way to do it. And the reason is because it manipulates better. You cannot do this in Excel. Excel for Android will only zoom in so much, and it only zooms out so much, and you don't have near as much control. And as you can see right here, I mean, I've just got, what are water restrictions? However, we've gone into watering restrictions. Well, sir, right here, and I can go ahead and I can flip this guy for him, and I can say, this is our historic stuff, watering restrictions, or your water bill. Just this is the day. So you use this document. You use PDF document to go ahead and to explain things to your customer if you need to. So let's just say, hey, I'm getting ready to walk away from here. I'm not showing the guy anything. I'm just emailing this out and I'm blazing. So now, but I still have not gone ahead and I've saved this. So I'm going to share my PDF went into my customer schedule folders in my drive on my phone, but I got to get it over to the company drive. So I'm going to hit share, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go save to my drive. I'm going to choose the account. That's the proper account, but that's not the proper folder. Maybe it was, but so you're going to go into shared with me, shared with everyone. We're going to go into clients. Let's go find our new customer. In this particular case, I think it's Matt customer or Matt new test guy. There's Matt new customer. There's the right folder. Select that. So the PDF. Okay, so there's the document title. And again, that's why we changed that document title there. Because in Excel, because it converts over to PDF. Save. Got the right folder. Saving it. And then I am done with Adobe now. So I'm done with Excel. I'm done with I'm done with PDF. I'm done with everything. Okay, now all I've got to do is I've got to send this to my customer. So I'm going to go up to FSM, go into my work orders. We're still working off this test guide Matt. I go into his name. I grab his email. I'm going to open up my work email drive. This would be the customer's email address here. We're going to go ahead and let's get our response to this guy so we look professional. We want to do it quick and get out the door. And this guy did a really good job on. I'm going to send him his water schedule, and I'm pretty damn sure he's going to give me a review. So I'm going to select this as my canned response. As we covered this in the last video, canned responses. I selected that one. I hold down my screen. I hit paste. Everything looks good. I've got 3 things I've got to do left here when I do this. One, I got to add a subject line. I'm going to say your water schedule. Okay. And I got to say, and I got to put a name in for this guy. And your Mr. and Mrs. Your Matt test guy, or whatever you were, Mr. Brown, whatever, so and so. And then finally, we got to go up to here. We're going to attach a file. We got to put his water schedule in here, and then we got to go. So this is Matt's work drive, shared with me, shared with everyone, clients. Let's go find Mr. New Guy. Matt New Customer. There's his water schedule, PDF. Send. That's it. We're done. And that's it. So the only other thing we could go ahead and we could take a look at is let's take a look at let's go into our email. Let's take a look at what the customer is going to go ahead and see your water schedule. And so this is what we sent this guy. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Test Guy, it was a pleasure working. Attached to the PDF is your water schedule. In addition, if you'd like to leave us a review, and then here's their fancy schedule, and they can go ahead and they can hit this, download this right here, and then there's their fancy schedule. Okay, and that's downloading up here. Download it right there. And then there's their PDF document there. Okay, that is everything in this video as far as making a water schedule. What I am going to go ahead and do, is I'm going to make a second. This covers everything right here. So this video here, you should only have to go ahead and watch one time. I am going to make I'm going to make video number 2 on creating a schedule. It's going to be detailed like this, and then I'm going to make 2 more videos, just so you guys know that they're there. I'm going to make 2 more videos, and they're going to be short, quick reference things to where we're not doing all the learning curve, we're not doing all the talking. It's just I'm going to make a schedule, I'm going to go through the steps, and then we'll call those quick reference schedules, to where if you're getting stumped in the field, you can access those for a quick reference, so you don't have to go through this whole video if you're stumped out there. And that concludes video 1 of the 2-part series of creating a water schedule, getting an Excel file into the proper schedule, into PDF, and emailed out to the customer. Okay.